technical details of everything, but as a ordinary citizen, my concern and my focus is mostly upon the rightful role of the commission, because we could see that there are efforts now coming in the future to downsize and reduce the powers of this commission, which the public will not allow, because you all are performing a watchdog function and the public have great faith that the decisions you all take are right. Sometimes you all have allowed reductions, sometimes you all have allowed increases, but the public know is coming from you all, that you all have studied the matter with the experts and asking us, so be paid. If it came indirectly from somewhere else, we have to question. So in you all, we repose a lot of faith. So your organization, your body should be strengthened and not weaker. So we see dangers of that happening, that your authority and things may be taken away and given to someone else. So you all allow the public to interact with you. Like today, you have been very democratic. You have allowed people to come and sit like this and come and speak to you. Will the same right be there later on? Will someone else do it? So we admire the procedures you are following. There may be rights and wrongs, that's not the plan. That we have an expert panel like this for the protection of the public. And as long as you work for the good of the people, I think this should be sustained. More like, say, the Human Rights Commission is doing a good job. It should be strengthened, not weakened. The Bribery Commission is doing a good job. It should be strengthened and not weakened. So therefore, I would suggest that the commissioners take a strong stand in the coming days when these threats I am talking about are on the way, with new bills and acts that are being prepared to slowly erode this commission. One fine day there may be an intention somewhere to even close this down. So we don't know. So since the signs are there in the legislation that is being drafted, I think in behalf of the public of this country, the commission must take a strong stand and say, we want to continue the service we are doing to the people. And that stand will strengthen us, so that we have a platform like you to come, to complain and to have a dialogue like this and make it known, so that you come to know what is the actual view of the people, unless you meet people. And unless you allow us to come to you, we won't come to you. So therefore this dialogue will be very important. So I hope it is within your powers to take the stand and make it known that independent commissions are maintained for a purpose, and that independence should be maintained at all times. All technical details of what happens is secondary. Thank you.
සුදී මම ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා පුනර්ජනනීය බලශක්ති සංවර්ධන පෙරමුණේ ලේකම් ඉංජිනේරු මනෝජ් තාරක මහතාට අදහස් දක්වන මෙන්.
Good evening to you all. First of all, I would like to thank PUCSL for arranging this event, for getting the public comment consideration when we are considering the expected electricity tariff hike. So here I think most of the views and comments already received, but I would like to add some comments from the technical aspects and the few economic considerations. So if we think that the upcoming electricity tariff hike is only considering the loss incurred by the CEB and that is putting onto the public, actually we see that that is not going to be a fair decision. Because that impact on that will be much greater than we expect. For impact on the public side, actually if the electricity cost is increased, so they will reduce the usage of the electricity. So that will decrease the demands. We have seen that in the previous occasion as also when the electricity is increased, that the demand was decreased. So when we consider the current situation, we are having not a reliable grid network. Everyone knows that we we know that we are also working at what time next backup will be happen. So therefore, so we need to promote that grid loads and demand from the public side mainly. So otherwise, we know that even during the holidays, that effect is much high when the demand goes low. So and also this will also affect the industries, as many of the people comment on there, but this also will affect the major economic concerns when this cost increase will going to happen to our exporters, especially the BUI companies, when they are considered the electricity cost for their product when they are competing in the global markets. So if it is CB is going to increase this tariff, considering the improvement of the grid stability, actually we can accept that as a temporary solution, so that we can have we will have hope that they will create a reliable grid network for Sri Lanka people in the future. So in sustainable development goals also, in globally they are considering affordable and clean energy, so that is a right for the public. In globally actually we are not still considering these things. So when I come to the generation mix of Sri Lanka, still we are mainly depending on the imported fossil fuels. Actually most people has incurred, that is incurring economic concerns when we are depending. And also we see that in some occasions electricity tariff has to increase and reduce, that is because we are depending on the imported fossil fuels. So when the global market fuel prices increase, we will have to consider that cost. So this is so as a solution for this one, actually from the economic, social and environmental aspects, so going to the renewable energy is the best solution, as we are all considering as a global solution also. But that is also was challenging. Actually no one is talking on that one. We are talking about the renewable energy. We see that last year actually it was predicted about adding 160 megawatt of solar energy for the national grid, but later finally we saw that it was added more than 600 megawatts. So that's make a serious concern for the system control center of the CB to manage this renewable energy integration thing. But that is also a problem that we haven't integrated the renewable energy effectively. So we can actually, the other countries also doing that. So we can integrate this renewable energy effectively. Like now we have identified as a solution that we have to go with the energy storage also along with the renewable energy. So that is one option. And also we see that even recent regulations also we found some issues that we are working on the low voltage, right? So mostly I considering of the technical side. So we are putting the upper limit and the lower limit for the actually when we are considering the grid voltage and the frequency. So that is actually then it happens in like a manual way. So that is a power cut, blackout in the 9th February was also as a result of that, because frequency went down globally and the total solar systems shut down. So if we could arrange that in a dynamic control manner, then there should have been a solution. Now the solar systems are consist of the smart solar inverters. They have that voltage, grid voltage control method, and by controlling the reactive power of the inverter. And also the grid frequency can be managed with the active power control method. So if we put some regulation to control these things in dynamic manner, then that situation should have been much easier for the CB to handle the grid stability. So and next concern about the transmission loss. Actually we are considering from generation power plant to the end customer usage type. So when the power flows in the transmission line, the distribution network, there is a loss happening. So we have to consider that also in our cost factor when we are considering. So that is because we have a centralized grid network. So without having a centralized grid network, we can promote to and we can encourage and design our grid infrastructure so that we can have a distributed energy system. So like we are developing the microgrid, and based on the several microgrid we can create mini grids, and that then only we can have a smart grid that will not affect that will not happen the past issues that we have already experienced. So these need to be considered. So when we are considering that one, actually then we have to integrate energy storage system. So currently the battery, lithium ion batteries are the widely used method for the energy storage system. So then we have to consider the cost of that. When we have energy storage system, that investment will be high, but we can also integrate with the Ministry of Finance, then reduce the tax on that one, because currently it has about 45% tax on the lithium ion batteries. So, and also previously mentioned that demand response management also a solution on that. And the next concern on the electric vehicles are coming in, so that is also a concern. Then the electricity cost will high, that also will be have an effect. Consumers will discourage to use the electric vehicles also. And also that the way they are using the electric vehicles, we have to introduce the time of tariff fee structure, so that they can motivated to charge during daytime, so that we can have more renewable energy during the daytime. So since the time is limited, I will stop from here, and again thanks for the PUCSL for arranging this.